time to talk about something that we all love. It's Food Chat with HD. Hungry? Well, you may just be after this, because it's time for Food Chat with HD. All right, gang. Sorry. I was working. I was working. I have some things going on for work, and I was working. Still working. All right, gang. It's HD. I'm back on a Tuesday night. Last week I was on the show on a Thursday night. That's not my regular night. It's Tuesday night, my regular night. So here we are. We're gonna talk food and where we ate. Me and Mrs. D ate, and maybe I'll even talk about give you a little bonus footage of because I don't know if I've been thinking about the meal that we went when we went to Los Angeles. We went eating Santa Monica, and the place we went eating Santa Monica, I don't think I'm even gonna do a video for, so I'll probably give you that footage. Right, I'm not that footage, but I'm gonna talk about it on this show. So here we go. Let's see who's in the chat first, and then Mr. Steve Templar is in the house. Gene's in the house. Thank you, Gene. Ramona is in the house. Krista, hey Krista. Jennifer Templar and everybody. I know there's more people watching. Some secret watchers out there. You might want to say hello later, or you may not want to say hello at all. You just may want to hear me talk. So without further, and let me say I'm gonna talk a little bit. I know I talked about it Sunday, but I'm gonna talk about a little bit about the judging I did. Maybe a little bit more detail and just talk about it more. And if I have time, I might just jump into a few pet peeves I have. But before we do any of that, let me check on something real fast. And here we go. Just wanted to see how my new review is doing. I like to check on that. It's doing okay. All right. So let's kick it off. I only really got one restaurant report because the last time I did a show was Thursday, and I put up the review for Sizzler, and so I really did put one up on Friday. So the new one I put up was Acropolis. We went eat at Acropolis in Metairie. And if you're not familiar with Acropolis, that's a Mediterranean and Greek restaurant. Now, Acropolis, if I tell you a little story, I run a couple of I run a couple of groups on Facebook, and there's this person that posts for them that just bombards the groups with advertisement for this restaurant. I mean, they put up their daily specials every day. Then they try to put up pictures every day. The groups I run only allow one post per, 24 hours or so. So a lot of times the Acropolis gets pushed back and they can't post because they post so much. But that's besides the point. The advertising must work. They post in all the food groups. The advertising must work because it got me there, and the restaurant was full the day we went. And we went Sunday. Saturday, I didn't go eat out nowhere because I was already going judge the contest. But I did have something Saturday. I could show a picture of that. Let me send this picture to myself so we could talk about this too, because it is food chat and I should be talking about this. because this is important. This is important. What I did Saturday, what I had Saturday. Mrs. D's probably gonna get mad because um I don't want. I'm in my regular spot tonight, and Mrs. D get here, so I have to be careful what I say. Um, so Sunday we went to Acropolis. It's in Metairie, and let me. Oh, well, I tell you what. Before I talk about Acropolis, let me tell you. Let me push back to Saturday, because Saturday was a special day. Saturday, I had my first boiled crawfish of the season. Um, ah, that's not intentional there, Gene. I'm just, Gene just said my background's not done. It's not intentional. It is because I'm bombarded. I'm still, I just got a text right before I came on the air for work. And I was working an issue at work, and I just everything came on and I did it. Thank you, produce. That's why I have Gene as a producer. Gene watches out for me. Thank you, Gene. That would have been something. Mrs. D would have passed behind me, and she would have been upset. Best lunch spot to take my boss in Lafayette. Well, I'll tell you what you're asking me. I'll tell you if you want to know a good lunch spot to take your boss take your boss in Lafayette. Depending what your boss likes, it depends what kind of food you're looking for. If I'll tell you the a place that is um is a great place if you want to take out your boss in Lafayette, William Brown, and that would be. And I usually wait to do these, but if you want to bring your boss out and you want to impress them, and you want a little quiet area where y'all could sit down outside and talk business or whatever you want to do, I would go to Acadian Superette. That's where I would go if I'd be in Lafayette, and I would. Well, I don't think I'd be bringing my boss eat out, but but if that's what you're asking, I'd bring them to Acadian Superette. That's where I would bring them. Well, look at this, a new viewer and a question right off the bat. And you think HD won't know. Well, HD does know, and that's where I'd bring them. They have a great sandwich over there. They have sandwich specials, nice sandwiches, outdoor seating in the back. You could sit down outside if you want to talk business. Yeah, when I went there, they had. In fact, they were having a business meeting. Some people were having a business meeting right there outside, eating their food. Great place. Great place. This was recommended by HD and my brother JD. You never heard that name, huh? JD, Joshua Dufresne. He's the one that turned me on to this place and told me about it. It is good. So there you go, William Brown. And maybe if you bring your boss to lunch over here at Acadian Superette, maybe you'll get a raise because the food's gonna be so good. Your boss may give you a raise. Maybe not. Steve. Yeah, that is a good catch. I get in my tunnel vision. I'm not even paying attention. But thank you for the question, William Brown. All right, so Saturday, gang, I had my first crawfish of the season. Saturday, I went to Rouse's, and the little server, the little girl, was at the station where they had the crawfish. She said, "Excuse me, sir, would you like some hot crawfish today?" How much is it? I said, I think it was like $5.49 a pound. Still kind of expensive, but you know what? It smelled so good. I said, yeah, sure. And then, but the weird thing is, she asked me that, and she opened up the cooler, and she says, "Well, we're about to take some more out. If you want to wait around a little while, come check back with me, and I'll have some fresh ones." And I said, sure. So I saw her go in the back when I get what I needed. I picked up 3 pounds of crawfish. It was about 3.5 pounds, and I had my first crawfish of the season.
Yummy.
What do you say that? The chef's kiss. That crawfish was good. For Rouse's crawfish, that was good. I can't believe. Oh, I better be quiet. Mrs. D did eat crawfish this year yet. But we will be eating some more soon. Prices have to come down a little bit. So Sunday we went eat at Acropolis right there in Metairie, over there in Metairie, let's just say. And Acropolis is a little place. It's a nice little place. Now this place was busy. I'm gonna tell you what. This place was very busy. Acropolis over here in Metairie. And now, when we sat in, and I'm going to tell you, this is one of my things that I talked about pet peeves before in the past, and maybe this is one of my pet peeves. But whenever you sit down in a restaurant, especially if it's busy, or even even if it's not busy, they seat you, and they don't give you a menu right off the bat, and especially a place like this where it was busy, and they only had 2 servers in there, and I think every table was just about packed when we first walked in, and they don't give you a menu. So it's a little pet peeve of mine. So we're just sitting there for about 10 to 15 minutes without no menu, and it's like, oh, this is fine if they don't give you a menu when you first sit down, but if you're sitting down for 10, 15 minutes, that time could have been used to be looking at the menu to know what you want to order. That way, whenever they come and bring you drinks and come and welcome you, like the server does, they're ready to take your order. You're ready to order. And, it's just time wasted because you already had to wait 10, 15 minutes before you even get your menu. Now you got your menu, and now you got to read it. It's a pretty extensive menu. So it's just a little pet peeve, just give you your menu right off the bat. I don't know if y'all agree, if y'all hit those kind of situations sometimes where, it's time is money. Even though it's a Sunday, I'm still don't want to take a 2-hour, might be with my boss. I don't want to take an hour and a half lunch. Right? I want to get this done as fast as I can. I'm sitting here with my boss. I have better things to do than give us our menu fast so I can get away from my boss fast. I'm not saying William Brown wants to do that, but that's just a little pet peeve of mine. So did I show the picture of the crawfish? I don't know if I did. I don't think I did. I talked about that. There you go. There's my 3 pounds of crawfish. Right there in the bag for me. Go and have some crawfish in a bag. All right. Making me hungry for crawfish. So let's start off with now I got the gyro platter, which I asked the server. I said, it's gyros, right? She said, yes, it's gyros. Some people say gyro though. I said, I got it. And then I got that. You got a side, which I got a baked potato, got the gyro meat, beef and lamb, little pita bread with that, and a tzatziki sauce. I couldn't say it on the review. I don't know. And I got it came with a little Caesar salad. And this place has a famous, and this is what I got on the little soup. They have a famous 6-onion soup. Now I said it right this time. On the video, I called it 6-onion soup the first time, and then in the video, I kept on saying 5-onion. I dropped the onion somewhere in this review that I put up this morning, but it is a 6-onion. You can't forget that 6th onion. That's like the snack I had. I showed a picture of Gene of my snack today, because Sunday we were talking about Stale Cracker, the guy on TikTok or wherever. Got me in the mood for a stale cracker. So I had a stale saltine cracker with a sliced raw onion and hot sauce on it. So that was the extra onion right there. This is a 6-onion soup, and that's the pastry right on top. Now, it isn't a sweet pastry. It's like almost like it's like a bread on top. And I'm gonna tell you, that soup, I burnt my lip. All right, being a greedy pig and trying to eat it too fast. They should give you. I even say in the do that again, Gene. That was me Sunday. That was my exact word. I recorded it to use on the show when I burnt my lip. They should give you instructions to eat it. I wasn't sure how to partake of this 6-onion soup, so I ate it more like a French onion soup with the bread on top, with the little bread on top. There's a little overflowing in bread, and this pastry was so light and delightful with that 6-onion. Thank you, Steve. Tzatziki. You know I'm gonna mess it up. And this pastry was light with that onion soup. It was delicious. I guess they are famous for their 6-onion soup. And that was good. And Mrs. D got the chicken. She got it fried chicken Caesar wrap. With fries. You get a side, and they had 2 types of fries. They had house fries and steak fries. She got regular house fries. And I said I got a baked potato in mine. And then I saw in the menu that you could get a la carte olives. So I got the olives a la carte. That was $2.95. The 6-onion soup was a reasonably priced, $6.95. I was really, very impressed with a little cup of soup nowadays, especially that kind, the quality of it with that pastry for $5.95. That was and a whole bowl would have been $7.95. Can you imagine using the pastry they would have to put on the whole bowl? Oh my goodness. The whole place was reasonably priced, $16.95 for my gyros platter, and I think Mrs. D's was $11.95, and you got the side with both of them, and you get a little Caesar salad with my gyros platter. So it was really, to me, the prices are really reasonable. Now they have a whole board of specials, and that's what they advertise all the time on the food groups are those daily specials, and I bet some of those would have been good. But besides the point, I saw they had the olives. The server forgot. I ordered the olives. They brought my salad. I thought that would have been a perfect time to bring the olives out. Would have been with the salad. While you're eating the salad, you could throw a few of those olives on top of the salad. She didn't bring them, so I was getting kind of worried that I wasn't going to get my olives. And sure enough, she forgot to put it on the ticket. She was busy. Those things happen. I had to remind her. But honestly, they could have kept them. Because whenever they brought out this for my olives, I counted there was 15 of them. And when I saw this was $2.95, could have kept it. At least put it in a better bowl where they have a little bread where it looks more full or something. But when you see a little bowl, it don't look like nothing special. They were okay. I mean, but I don't think they were worth $2.95. Now I'll put this on one of the food groups, and they said, "Well, wait, you ever saw the price of olives lately?" Yes, I did. I looked up prices at Rouse's. I looked up prices after they say that. Looked up prices at Amazon. Looked up prices at Walmart. These type of olives aren't that expensive. All right. And I don't think they were imported. I mean, they might have been imported, whatever it was. I could get a jar of these olives probably between, depending where you go, $4 to $5, $6, $7 at the most, maybe. Somebody said about $24 for a jar. I don't know where they're shopping. They said Whole Foods. I don't even believe that. I could go to Dollar Tree and probably get a jar of these type of olives for $1.50. Honestly, I've seen them before. In fact, I probably have a jar in my fridge of these. All right, but enough rant about the olives. It was just one part of the meal. But so we got out my Caesar salad, and that was very good. It was very well dressed. I didn't have a picture of that. Then I got my platter. I did have a picture, but I didn't upload it. There was my gyros platter, baked potato, butter. That's what I wanted. A little that according to Steve. Exactly, Steve. That they are nothing. The fanciest olive. This is the olive bar at Whole Foods where you're paying $11.95 for the fanciest of olives. Okay, this was just some industry, just a big jar of olives. They put in a little platter, put some oil on top of them or something. Maybe some good olives for $24. I would never pay $24 for. I'm an olive freak, and I would not pay that amount of price. I'll talk about my favorite olives that I had in California are the pearls. I always forget how good those pearls olives are. We got a jar of pearls olive in California, Los Angeles. They don't sell pearls down here, and every time I go to another state or go to another city, and they have pearls olives, the pimento stuff. Those are just fantastic. I had to bring the rest on the plane, and we just munched down on those. Those are good. Oh, they're good, Gene. If you ever tried the pimento stuff, the jumbos, oh, they're so good. Nice and salty. Oh, pearls. So my platter, I found it was good. The meat, it was all right. It was decent. It was good. Lamb. You gotta like lamb. If you don't like lamb, it has a distinct flavor. Lamb. Some people might not like it. I like it. It's okay. Could have used a little bit more seasoning on it. That sauce was great. I don't find they gave you enough bread. They could maybe give you with all the meat they served. They should add a couple more little pieces of pita bread on there or something, to round it out, because really I needed some more bread. But overall, it was good. Let me show you what Mrs. D got, and then I'll talk about my grade. And then Mrs. D. Oh, I didn't want to do that, Gene. I'm sorry. I clicked the wrong one. Mrs. D got her fried chicken Caesar wrap. Now, she did not like her wrap. You could see on that chicken wrap, the fried chicken pieces, the chicken they use is very thick. You could even see it on this picture. It was a very thick piece of chicken. It was dry. I tried it. I did not like it. I don't think there was enough Caesar dressing on there, to moisten that thing up. It was kind of dry. And she said the fries were good, but she was not happy with that wrap. Now, she ate about half, and she was going to save the other half, but there was no, like she said in the review, there's no reason to keep the other half, because she would not have ate anyway. It wasn't good enough to even bring home. So she kind of just picked in a little bit at the other half of it, but it was too dry. If you could see in that the chicken was a little bit too big. I mean, it just wasn't that great. Now, I gave it a B on the food chat scale. I don't know which scale you call it. Food chat with HD scale, I guess you would call it. I was a generous B. Charlie Welch, who watches the show, I don't know if he's in the chat tonight. I don't know if he's watching. Sometimes he watches secretly and he surprises me. But Charlie Welch, who watches all my videos, they like to guess. Him and Tim, TG08, likes to guess my grade, whenever they're watching. It's a fun game they play. It's a game you could play. Guess HD's grade by his reactions while he's eating. He thought I was going to go for a B-. I could have went with a B-. I mean, honestly, I didn't want to hold the service against the service. But it wasn't the best service. I bet they were busy, but it cleared out. After it cleared out, she was, after she got less busy, it got better. So those things happen. And she was pleasant enough, but forgetting the olives, could have probably maybe gave it a B-, especially knowing Mrs. D didn't like hers, but I gave it a B. I really think, and Mrs. D gave it a surprising C-. I was shocked. C-. That ain't too good. C-. It's almost a D. C minus. But I can't blame her. I tried. That ain't that bad. But I tried her rap, and I agree. If I'd have had that rap, I think I would have been less generous than I was with my. I think this is the kind of place that their menu's too big for their own good. Because I've had people comment in the food group. When I posted about this place, I did post a review up in the food groups, but I kind of gave it a little sneak peek. And people have said the same thing. They said maybe their menu's too vast for their own good. Too many things on that menu. And I would have to tend to agree with that. There are like 8 different wraps, pizza. I put up the menu on the review. You could watch. I'm not gonna put it up on here, but there's too much stuff on that menu. I think the way to go, if you go eat at this place, and I'm gonna be honest with you, they said their Italian dishes are great. I saw people getting lasagna that looked great. They had somebody with stuffed bell peppers that looked great. I did taste it. I can't go to somebody's table and ask them to taste their stuffed bell peppers. I like to, but I can't. But I didn't even see the stuffed bell peppers on the menu. That's why I couldn't understand it. I looked on the special board and I did not see the stuffed bell peppers. Maybe they took it off. Maybe they sold out right before we came in, because it looked like they removed something off the special board. So maybe they removed that. Maybe they ran out. Could be because they were busy. I think the way to go if you go eat at Acropolis is you order off that specials board and maybe just stick with I tried to do that, Steve, and I get kicked out. I don't know why. I'm like the Blues Brothers in the Blues Brothers movies. I get looked at like I'm trash if I go around to everybody's table and start tasting their food. I use a clean fork. I don't understand what's the big deal. I grab me a couple of clean forks, and it isn't like I use my dirty fork and I help myself to their lasagna or their stuffed bell peppers, and then I get looked down upon. I don't care who I am. I'm HD. They don't seem to care. All they see is a stranger eating their food, and I guess that don't go over too well. I had to stop doing that. Well, Steve, God bless Mrs. Templar. I'll just say that. Like Gene said, Mrs. D won't go with that. All right. Can't go for that. It's like Bob Fossil. And that's why Mrs. D doesn't go for that. Because we get kicked out. All right. So B- for me for Acropolis, and I kind of took this one long because again, I didn't go eat no other place this past weekend. Now I did judge a contest. I did go and I talked a little bit about this on here we go. I'm gonna do this. Now here's a little Gene, why don't you give us a little alert over here, and I'll talk about the other place we ate in Santa Monica. Oh, there we go. I'm emailing me the pictures. All righty. So in Santa Monica, we went eat at Mrs. D. I gotta hold on. Gene, why don't you play a Rosie Time if you don't mind? I know. All right. Sorry, I had to talk shop with Mrs. D. I got work that text me, and I had to take care of something because Mrs. D works with me. All right. So we went eat in Santa Monica, and I guess my memory played tricks on me because I thought the place that we went eat the first time we were in Santa Monica was good, but I guess I was wrong. And where we went eat at was the ye old. Wait, I forgot now. Ye old King's Head. It's a British restaurant in Santa Monica. And I'm not gonna I don't know if I'm gonna put this review up or not, because I don't see the purpose of putting this one up for Santa Monica. I don't think it's gonna do well. It didn't do him no favors. Mrs. D didn't like it. I could see why she didn't like it. But anyway, I thought it was better. The first time we went to eat there about 2 or 3 years ago, maybe around that time. And I was even bragging to Gene about how good this place was. It's a British restaurant, and I know Gene loves their British cuisine and British products. And I thought it was good. So we went eat in Santa Monica, and I made a mistake. And we went eat at Ye Old King's Head. They need to update the building because it is kind of old. And Mrs. D noticed it kind of had it was an older. You could tell it's an old King's Head. Let's just say, all right, the building. Servers wasn't great, and as a matter of fact, I remember this server kind of looked like one of my workers, and because she has a British accent and she kind of looks like one of my workers. It was the same server we had the first time, and Mrs. D kindly reminded me, or maybe not kindly, but reminded me that we had bad service. We went eating there about 2 or 3. See, selective memory. I couldn't remember. So Mrs. D was right. Now, what I got over there, I'll do a quick review. I got the bangers and mash. Bangers and mash. If you don't know, there's my bangers. It was 2 English sausages. You have an option, two bangers or 3 bangers. I got the 2 banger. All righty. I got peas with that, which were just canned peas. Ye Old King's Head. Ye Old King. I'm sure he wasn't getting served these peas. The Ye Old King probably got served better side than peas. If he got served these peas in a can, he probably would have said, "Off with the head." Because that's what kings do, I guess. Or is that, so I think. So you get 2 bangers, and now this mash was not too much. All right. I found the mash was a little bit lacking. I found they didn't serve a lot of mash, especially for a plate that almost cost $20 right here. That mash was not up to a Cajun man's mash that he's used to. Okay. I mean, it had a good taste. Jed loves mushy peas. Well, these weren't mushy. These were just straight from a can and kind of, I don't even think these were canned peas. I think these were frozen peas that he just boiled in water. There wasn't much flavor in there, Steve. They weren't mushy. It might have been better if they would have been mushy. They would have been overcooked a little bit. I think these were just frozen peas that they just kind of steam or something. They weren't very tasty. Banger was okay. It was a British sausage. It tastes more like an Italian sausage to me. That was okay. The gravy was good. The gravy was good. But that was my plate. Now, I made the mistake. I saw again, like olives. I need to stop falling for these tricks. And almost, and Gene knows this, and I almost fell for the trick of on the menu. And if you're not familiar with British products or anything else, I'm sure Gene knows, and probably some of y'all know, they have Branston pickles. Branston pickles on the menu. Now, if you don't know any better, which I do know better, I knew what it was. But if I would have been HD that would have known better, I would have thought that Branston pickles would have been pickles, like green pickles. Branston pickles are not pickles, okay? It's more of a chutney kind of. Gene, would that be correct? Like more like a brownish. You know better than me, Gene. I'm sure you're familiar with the product that world market and whatnot in the British grocery stores. It is more like a sauce or I almost ordered. I could not. I did it. Almost ordered. I knew what it was, but if I would have ordered it, I would have been more upset. It's more like a little chutney kind of a dish. It's not really traditional pickles or anything else. So I'm glad I knew my British terminology, and I didn't get it. But what I did get, what they had on the menu were pickled onions. Now I'm thinking they're red onions or maybe something like that. There you go. It is a Brittany, like a pickled relish chutney, which isn't bad. I mean, I Branson pickles, but if you think it's going to be pickles, it ain't pickles. So I got the pickled onions. These, I mean, I could eat pickled onions. I thought it'd be a different style. I thought it'd be like more chopped, but they were pickled onions, and and then Mrs. D got the I want to remove this. I'm sorry. Take that off, HD. Mrs. D got the grilled chicken sandwich. Isn't that right, Mrs. D? Yeah. And as soon as he brought this chicken sandwich out, it's a grilled chicken sandwich with a little, what was that you had? Coleslaw? Little thing of coleslaw. This grilled chicken sandwich tasted, if you would have went to Walmart and get a little generic great value chicken like that, put it in the air fryer or something, that's how this grilled chicken was. It was kind of dry, but the biggest problem is it had an odor. Right, Mrs. D? It had an odor, and she could not eat it. And she took one bite. She asked me to try it, and it wasn't good. I'm gonna tell you, it was not good. Fries were okay, I guess. They weren't the best, and Mrs. D told the server, she said, "I can't eat this. There's an odor to it. It's not good. It stinks. It has a bad taste." And the server apologized, and they took it off our menu. We did pay for it. That was almost like $14, $15 there. But she could not eat it. They took it off the menu, off the bill. And another weird thing about this place, we're sitting there, and the fire truck shows up, and Mrs. D asked the server. She said, "Is there a fire in the building?" The fire truck's outside. She said, what did she say? She said the server got sick or something, or one of the workers got sick and they had to call EMS, and the fire truck showed up. Maybe the worker got sick from eating that grilled chicken sandwich with the weird odor. I don't know. Mrs. D, I think, gave it a D or something. I might have been a little bit more generous with my bangers. You didn't get much, but it's not a review putting up. So that's your bonus footage right there. Ye old King's Head, British. 2-time rule. Gang, if you hear me talk, if you watch me, or if you just watching me now, you never heard me say that. Hey, Nate, how you doing? If you never heard me say this before, I talked about it on this show, talked about it on after show chat, but I have a rule. It's HD's 2-time rule. And it's really not a rule, but it seems to be, if we go eat at a place and we think it's pretty good, and we go back the second time, it's not great anymore. It's not good. It's like the second time we go, it's not good. And that's my HD's 2-time rule. It happened to Mrs. D. We went to eat at a place, and we both gave it good scores. She went back about a week later at night with Lexi, and the food was horrible. I don't know. It's the two-time curse. HD's two-time. No problem. Go ahead and watch your college basketball. This show plays over and over. Don't worry. Nate's watching college basketball out there. He wants his team to make it in the top. I guess it's the March Madness, huh? I guess I don't watch college basketball. I don't know. I don't guess that started. I guess the championships game started. I guess I don't know. Nate will have to fill us in. Sir Nate, you are late. Please write us a report tell us what basketball game you were watching and if there's a tournament taking place as your tardiness punishment. All right, gang. I thought this show would be shorter. I went too long. So let me talk one more time about judging on a Saturday. I went judge a gumbo jambalaya and different dishes contest. I talked about this on Sunday night. If you catch my show on Sunday night, you heard me talk about it. There were the dishes were. I'm just gonna let it be said. The dishes weren't. Some of them weren't the best. I think they got a little too fancy. Went a little crazy with their descriptions. That was all the jambalayas we tried that for that competition. I was happy. Jody, you and Juju needs to write an essay talking about why y'all were late too. Ye old crap bucket list. All right. Still regular season. I thought the season was over. What do I know? Everybody's late today. No problem. It always seems to be that way. I think the judging, I think they were trying to get too fancy in some of these cooks. I think the jambalaya, like I talked about on Sunday night, they had a couple apostolaya dishes that were pretty good. They were good, but I think a lot of them went fancy. They added all kind of weird meat to them. Not meat, but like brisket to them, which traditionally doesn't go with jambalaya, and it just makes it a different dish. There was one Mexican one. The problem with the Mexican one is they failed. They didn't cook their rice properly. It was gross, and the rice was crunchy. They weren't even going to serve it to us, but they did. But we wanted. It was my fault. I said, "Oh, let us try it. Maybe it's gonna be good." That's Mexican jambalaya, and it wasn't. I'll just put it this way: jambalaya in Mexican doesn't match. And there was me and the other judges. We had Mr. Deacon, one of the judges. He knew what he was talking about. He knew his stuff. Couple of people, I think, from Jambalaya Girl. They're associated with the Jambalaya Mix Jambalaya Girl. One was a chef or cook. I don't know if he does it on social media, but he was there. And I'm not sure what the other dude did. I'll be honest with you. They told us, but I was ready to eat. I wasn't paying attention to what everybody was doing. Gumbo. Now, gang, I'm going to say this, but I know, look, this is not putting down the teams in any sort of fashion whatsoever, because they worked hard on these dishes, and I know they were trying I know what they were doing. They were trying to be fancy. And sometimes these dishes, save your fanciness for your other dish, because there's a jambalaya category, a gumbo category, and I think those two you need to be more traditional. Because if you're trying to make too much of a fancy gumbo, it goes over people's head. It's not traditional. And a lot of times people just won't, like down here, putting trying to make gluten-free gumbo with green onions. Nah. Maybe if you're in a special diet, that'd be good for you. But if you're trying to impress judges, gluten-free gumbo ain't going to do it. I'm sorry. A lot of people's roux, if you don't know, gumbo should have a nice roux. It was too dark. Some of it tasted like stew. It was so thick. They made one gumbo. They tried to use shredded beef or something, and it tasted like a roast beef po' boy. I said they should give us a po' boy bread with this. Put that on a po' boy bread, it'll probably be better than trying to eat it like a gumbo. A lot of dark roux that were just overcooked. I think it's hard to cook out in those elements. And even one of the judges even commented, if somebody would just give us a regular traditional gumbo right now, I think they would do well. And it's true. If somebody would have came in with a regular, traditional, good gumbo. Now they had they had some seafood gumbo or a lot of crab meat. Those were good. But I think if you try to get too fancy with some of these dishes, you're just gonna strike out, So maybe a hint for teams next year. Don't get so fancy. No, the Mexican. Well, I only took one bite of that Mexican jambalaya. It was more like Spanish rice jambalaya. It had corn in there and black beans. Oh, look, I don't even think I said this on Sunday, but one of the gumbos, we were eating it, and somebody said, "What is this in here?" They had white beans in the gumbo. White beans in the gumbo. I've never heard of that before in my life. I've eaten gumbo my whole life. And these people put white beans in their gumbo? No. If your mama don't put white beans in her gumbo, you should be putting white beans. If your mama cooks a gumbo and doesn't put, well, your mama don't put white beans in a gumbo, don't try to be fancy and add white beans. It's not competition. Even some of the other judges says, "Oh, never had white beans in my gumbo before." There's a reason why. It's just bragging rights, Gene. I don't think they got anything special. It was all for a good cause. I think it's just bragging rights. I think they win like a special paddle for best dish, which is just bragging rights. Probably all year at their church or whatever, their school, they could probably brag all year. Yeah, we are the champions. You know how that goes. We are the champions. We had the best dish. I think it's just bragging rights. And it was just for fun, too. I mean, I'm sure, now the other dishes were good. They had some good ones. I talked about it. The one I thought was the best. It was almost like that 6 onion soup over there. It was almost, I don't have a picture of it because I didn't want to take too many pictures because it was a judging competition. And I didn't know how they felt about me taking pictures. But it was almost like a pot pie, almost like this 6 onion soup, except maybe not as puff pastry, more of a pot pie shell, and inside, and same kind of bowl, and inside, like a seafood, like what you put like in a crab or crawfish pie. It was good, and that was the one that won. I think that we all voted on was that one. Gumbo was the seafood. They had one with oysters. I think I voted for that one. And the jambalaya, probably one of the pastalayas, one of them. So, gang, just keep it simple if you're in a competition like that. All right, gang, I went on a little long. I'm going to wrap it all up. I'm glad everybody's watching. I thank you. I have reviews in the pipeline this Friday. I think I'm going to put up one. I'm either going to put up one from the West Bank, an Italian place that I've been sitting on. I've been sitting on it because I don't know how it's going to do. But it might do well. Some of these videos surprised me when I put them up. And I have one that everybody told me I had to go try in Lafayette when I went. And I'll talk about this on Sunday because I did not talk about this on this past Sunday. But when I went to the contest I won and had a chance to win money, people told me where to go eat in Lafayette at Old Time Grocery. And I have that review. I'm going to probably, one of those two I'm going to put up Friday. This Saturday, I plan on going eat, probably by myself. I'm not sure yet. And Sunday, I will eat again because that's what I do, all for you and me. I don't do it just for you. I like to eat. This eating stuff is going to get in the way of my crawfish season. I see it coming because now I don't want to cook. Saturday was always my day to cook crawfish. And now I like to go eat out on Saturday for reviews. That's what I do. Put them on YouTube. Use them for engagement on Facebook. And It messed me up last year, and I'm sure it's gonna mess me up this year. I'm going to get some stockpiled and build a cooked crawfish on Saturday. And if I cook crawfish one Saturday or Sunday, I could talk about it on this show, Food Chat with HD, because it is the show that we talk about food. So, gang, I'm sorry I was a little late. Sorry I was distracted at the beginning. I've been dealing with something at work, and I had to finish it up this time of night. And I appreciate everybody watching. We will be back Sunday night. And look, gang, if you did not see how new Is This the Way the After Show Chat video, it's on the social, it's on my Facebook, it's on YouTube, it's all over the place. We're going to play it again Sunday night. I tell you what, Gene, are you ready? I'm going to wrap it all up. I thank everybody for watching, everybody who's commented. Nate, I forgive you for being a little bit late. I understand college basketball was right there. Jody, I forgive you and Juju for being a little late. And everybody else. And William Brown, I forget the name of the guy, William. I'm glad you asked me for a suggestion in Lafayette to bring his boss. And William Brown, if you're still watching, let me know if you got a raise because of HD bringing him to Acadian Superette. Please let me know if you got a raise. Can you imagine this guy's going to write me and say, HD, I got a raise. I'd listen to you. And I brought him to Acadian Superette, and he was so impressed I got a raise. Thank you, HD. Thank you. Can you imagine that? Make my day. All right, gang. Gene, why don't you take us home with the Is This the Way the After Show Chat, and we'll close up the show just for fun. Good night, gang.